What the fuck is up, YouTube? Nayas is back. Today's Thursday. I just got back from class. Just got done with my test. I honestly think I did good on that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I just started studying that shit like 2 days ago, but with math for some reason, like I hate math, but I could easily get that shit. Like, depending on how the concept is, well not depending, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to have an A in this math class, but really with the math, like, bro. I can study that shit within 2 days. Give me an organic chemistry tutor and give me Chat GBT. Nigga, that shit's over with. But that's not the main point of the fucking video, nigga. Today we have evil nurses caught murdering her patients. Interesting video. I've heard this shit. I've heard occurrence of this shit happen a couple of times. So I'm kind of interested to see if I'll like recognize this situation. But I'm gonna stop fucking talking too much and I'm gonna get into the fucking video.
Back in 2008, two patients claimed that they saw 35-year-old
Oh yeah, yeah. And before we get into the videos, y'all niggas to see I'm in a good, nice collared shirt, and they got a job interview at 1 a or 1 no 1 p.m. So I think that's like what hour 30? No, it's like 2 hours and 30 minutes. Damn, I got some time. Hey man, y'all niggas better hope I get that shit.
nurse Kimberly Sayans
Let me
draw
get kicked off
bleach
the
into a
shit.
syringe and then inject the solution into the IV lines of two patients receiving dialysis. The patients immediately told the supervisor what they saw. Kimberly was sent home, and the supervisor called the police and told them what had happened.
So I went, and the first person I approached was Lurleen Hamilton. And I grabbed a chair, sat down, got on her level, sat up close to her so I could have a private conversation and just reassure what's going on, what can I do to help, and what do you need to tell me? I understand you're upset. Miss Hamilton said, I cannot believe what I just saw. And I said, well, tell me what you saw earlier, what's going on. And she's like, I saw that nurse over there, the one with the ponytail, the one with Kim. I said, yes, sir, Miss Kim Delvian. She says, yes. She goes, I saw her draw up some of that Clorox. She kept insisting that it was Clorox. I saw her drop that Clorox and she went and injected it in that patient over there. And Miss Roan, I said, which one? And she said, Miss Roan's chair, she got sick a while ago too. And it wasn't long after she injected that. And I said, okay. And she said, and then she went and she put it in that sharps container over there about the patient on the end. She didn't bring it, and Amy, she walked over there and then she came back over here and she kept really looking around, acting like she was real nervous. And she didn't bring it over here, but she walked way back over there and put the
Fuck!
sharps, put the needle
I got something in
in
my
that
damn
container.
throat.
I said, okay, we're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. She will not come take you off. I'll get someone else over here to take over this road. I said, are you okay? Yes, ma'am, I'm okay. I said, all right. So then I wheeled over and I talked to Linda Hall. Miss Hall, what's going on? What can I do? I understand you're upset. And she basically gave me the same story about Kim having a bleach container on the floor, and that Kim drew up bleach from that container and stood up with the
So like, were these other patients observing this shit happen? I don't know why
syringe
I
right
fucking
by
paused
her
it.
side,
That's
and
what it
just kept
sounds
looking
like.
around, watching. And I said, well, what was she watching for? And she's like, because just curious. And she said, well, she was waiting for Dale, who was my med nurse that day, to walk back from where he was at with Arlene, who was monitoring him. When he had left that area, that's when she had walked over to Miss Roan's area and actually had infused what she thought was bleach into the lines of the patient.
Damn.
And she gave the exact same story about how she came back over and was still hiding the syringe by her side, and then how she later had gone and disposed of the syringe in the sharps container. I reassured her as well, Kim will not be over here to take care of you. I will take care of this. You're going to be okay. Oh, and you're just not going to believe me. That's not the case. I do believe you, and I will investigate this. It's going to be okay. So I quietly walked off. At the time, Kim was not on the floor. She was on break. And I went and spoke with Kim outside. And I just asked her, Kim, have you given any meds today? Left it open-ended. She told me she hadn't. And I
Fuck you,
said,
Kim.
well, did
Lying
you
ass
mix the
bitch.
containers for, your
And then like I'm gonna be real with you, that's what exactly why like I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared for my generation of nurses. Because guess what, nigga, I'm in college with the same people that are probably gonna be taking care of me when I'm older. And I'll tell you one thing, these bitches don't know shit. They don't know shit. They don't know a fucking single fucking thing, bro. The good thing is for my university, you have to actually like apply into med school and get in. Or not apply to nursing school, but like basically the way it works is that like your first 2 years, like when you declare your major, you could get nursing as a major, but your first 2 years you do nursing, but then I think you either I don't know the specifics, but I think you have to take like an exam or fucking or you just have to apply to like nursing school, which is like your last 2 years of college. Thankfully, a lot of bitches aren't getting in, which I'm guessing meaning is that like the hoes that are probably gonna fucking kill us when we're older, they're not getting qualified right now, so that might be a saver. But I'm gonna be real, Nick. I'm scared. I'm
clamps and heat
scared.
tracks. And she said, well, I went and drew up some syringes of bleach and I was mixing my containers. And I said, you drew up bleach and syringes to measure out your bleach? And she said, yes, I did. I said, don't we use the cup? She's like, well, this is my first time. She goes, I had the container on the floor and I was just making sure I had it all done correct. And I was like, you had the container on the floor? We never put our containers on the floor. And she's like, well, yeah, I did. I said, okay. We don't do it that way, and that's not the way we're supposed to. And I said, but you've not given any meds? Nope, haven't given any meds. I said, okay, all right. So I come back in and trying to decide, where to go, what to do, could I justify what's going on? Because this is totally inappropriate, totally awkward, not dialysis practices. So in the meantime, because I knew she was still outside, I went and grabbed the sharps container that was at the end, and I took it to the lab, just to get it off the floor so I would have it. I spoke to Giselle Fournette and just told her to watch that sharps container, not to let anybody buy it. She said okay. I knew that Kim was having a bad day from that morning, so
Fuck
I
Kim's
used that as
bitch
my
ass.
opportunity to go back and talk to her and just let her know that since you're having a bad day, to go home. When I was walking off the floor, I found Kim at the nurse's station around Yasmin's area. So I asked her to come where I was, and I just explained to her, you're having a bad day. Things just haven't gone from you from the get-go. And so, and she's like, well, now they're telling me that the patients are saying that I put medicine or I drew up something and put in one of the patients' thing, and I didn't do it. And I said, well, that just means you're having even a worse day. So you know what? Why don't you go into the
I ain't gonna lie,
house
nigga. If
and
I'm
come
Kim,
back to
I'm
just,
fully.
your
If I'm Kim, the moment I hear her ass say it, especially this sounds like it's in the South, so when a Southern woman is kind of just letting you know that like, nigga, we got you. I'm fleeing the fucking country the moment she's saying, oh well. On top of that, I'm guessing you're having a worse day. I'm telling you, you're caught, bitch. You're caught. I'm fleeing to Brazil, one of them fucking
having a bad
countries,
day.
man.
We'll start again fresh in the morning,
Actually, no, not
and
fucking
we'll do
Brazil.
that. And she's like, that sounds
I say
great.
like
And so
Amsterdam.
she left my building. From there, I proceeded on to where Giselle was guarding my sharps container, and I laid out blue pads, which are chuck pads. They're plastic on the bottom and cotton on top, so they're absorbent. And then I opened up the sharps container. Giselle had another sharps container with her that, from my knowledge, Yasmin had brought to her. So we opened up both the sharps containers in two different piles and poured them out. And there were several syringes in there. There were EPO syringes, there were fistula needles in there, and then there was a couple of 10cc syringes. There's a couple that actually had blood in them where they actually pulled out when they were
Did that shit
when they're putting on a
forcefully?
catheter patient, you have to pull back 3 cc's of blood before you hook them up to pull that heparin out. So anyway, so there's a couple of syringes. I went and got bleach residual strips, and it has a little pad on it that you actually put a solution on, and it'll change colors if there's bleach present. I tested a couple of the EPO syringes, and there was no bleach present.
She
Then
must have like
I
hid
got a
that shit.
one of the syringes that had the blood in it, and tested it, and there was no bleach present. There was another syringe that actually had a needle attached to it, which was very odd and different, and had the cap on it. I removed the cap and I squeezed out some of the solution that was inside that syringe on the tip of that pad, and it immediately changed to a dark purple, which is a very high positive measure of bleach. So being the person that I am, I'm like, well, and I've been bleaching the container and it could have seeped through here. So the only other way to do it is to pull out the plunger, because nothing could have gotten inside the syringe. So I pulled the plunger out and I took this test strip, another one, and placed it inside and put some of the solution that was there. And again, it turned positive immediately.
That bitch is out here
as well.
fucking
There was
poisoning
one other
niggas, boy.
syringe the same way. I tested it.
That bitch needs to go
and
out the same way.
It was both syringe and inside
Like,
positive
why?
bleach.
Like, what would make,
At
like, I'm sorry, what the fuck would make you even want to poison patients? You don't even know these fucking people. That bitch is evil. She needs to get her head fucking chopped off. I don't care what nobody says. What would make you want to poison patients? Niggas, you don't know. You don't even know what they going through. You're just poisoning them with bleach. You can't tell me, you can't tell me that they shouldn't bring the death penalty back for some people. You
this
can't
time,
tell
Ruth
me.
Stevens is here with me. I had her as a witness, plus Giselle. Giselle tested several of her syringes in there. She also reported to me that she had
Oh
two that
shit.
were positive for bleach
Fucking
as
hairs
well.
making my ears.
Since the day Kimberly
Oh,
began
fuck you.
working at the dialysis center, 19 patients had passed away, according to the health inspector. This number was abnormally high, and an investigation had already begun, long before Kimberly had been caught injecting bleach into her patients. What was interesting is that all the patients that died had all been under the direct care of Kimberly. The detectives asked Kimberly to come
How
in
that,
for
and like, as far as a hospital, if that's a high number and all the patients are under this bitch, why the fuck are you not investigating her hard? I'm so confused. So you have 19 patients just died. That's a high ass number. All of them been under her care. Okay, so we're just not gonna fucking investigate the person that's most likely, she's the one taking care. So clearly she's either killing these niggas or she sucks at her fucking job. And regardless, that's a life. I would not want somebody who sucks at their fucking job around me. The
an
fuck?
interview. They
That
don't tell
hospital
her what the
fucking
interview is
sucks.
about, but Kimberly is already prepared because she knew this day was coming. Without being asked, she brings up the mortality among the patients, how she gets confused easily, and how the bleach is used to clean the dialysis machines.
I don't know, these last months, I'm just scared to go to work, to be honest with you.
I hope this
Because they
bitch gets
can't tell us
fucking
what's
cut
going
in
on,
half.
and I'm doing everything by the book, and I'm scared because I have a license, and I'm scared if I do something, then I've lost my license. You know, and the anxiety in that clinic was just, and I don't know what it is. It's just, and I know we're all new,
Fuck you, stupid
except for a
fat
couple
hoe.
of people. And I have noticed lately that there's been a lot of sloppiness. You get machine ready up, and that takes a good 15 minutes, and you know who your patient is, and you know where your graft is, and you get it all ready. And the dialyzer, it has Ritalin in it, and it's got to be circulated, you know, because if they get a Ritalin infusion, well, then they're off to the hospital. You know, it's like bleach. So we had that, and then we just had so many chest pains that I just don't understand. And they said that we've had so many deaths in the past 7 months. April. And it's just scary, and I'm scared to leave my patients. You know, I'm just constantly, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And so I'm really not sure what to do about it. I enjoy my job, and I only know I've been here 9 months, but you know, you either hate it or you like
This
it.
bitch has
So,
killed 19 people
if
in
I
9
can
months and
get,
y'all niggas ain't say
I
shit.
have good patients that they come on, they're cheerful, they know they're here. They know they're here for, you know, we're just trying to help them feel better. And it makes you feel better at the end of the day. But when you have codes after codes, it's just frustrating. And you're like, you lose your mindset of like, okay, where am I? Where do I group at? So, and I really thought that dialysis was what I wanted to do. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's in the water system. I don't know if it's in,
Have they been checking all that?
yeah, that's what they said. But I know that every day they have to do a police loop through the whole thing. And I'm just curious, what if our machines are hooked up and they have some bleach in them? I haven't researched into that, but I just have to wonder what
Bet
kind
you-
of reactions would have happened if there was some bleach machines,
Bitch, you know.
Here.
Bitch, stop playing, you know.
I
Stop
know you
playing with
bleach
me.
them every week.
What do you mean you bleach them every week?
But on Thursdays, all the machines have to be hooked up to this big bleach bottle, and they have to go through, and they have to go for like 25 minutes. And when it's done, you take your bleach bottle out of it. And to me, when I get there in the morning, if I know it's Thursdays or bleach days, so when I get there in the morning, I just check. There's a little, spout thing, and you can spout it and check for chlorine, because I just don't.
You just don't think they'd have got it out?
Well, I don't know. I just don't. I know they bleach the route of the. You might
You
have,
just making up shit out your
They
fucking
bleach the
badass country fucking vagina.
and maybe that comes all out. I don't know. I just have a habit of pushing the bleach because I don't know when it was last done, and I don't want to kill my patients.
You mean pushing the bleach?
The bleach.
Yeah.
They put it in a after the patients are gone, they're in these little Tyler cylinders, and you go back to your main screen and you go chemical, bleach, and it'll go through about 35 minutes, and then you're supposed to. There's a little drain thing on the side. You're supposed to squirt it for like a couple minutes, get your little bleach thing, and make sure there's no bleach in there. You're supposed to have 2 people do it, just so you know there's no bleach in there.
Right.
She's
And
just
it
making
seems like,
up shit as
and
she
it might not
fucking
be my
goes.
place to
Slap this
say,
bitch.
But we had 32 chairs, I believe, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people watching. I sit by my patients because I just don't. I'm scared. I don't want my
Bitch.
patients to go out. And it's my license on the line. It's not just a PCT. I have.
Dave's Hot Chicken. This is a
Nigga,
public
so I
service
know I said
announcement.
every video.
I
I
don't
need to
know
get
what y'all was
fucking
thinking when
YouTube
y'all took those
Premium.
cauliflower bites.
I will when I start working my.
It appears that
if I get the
Kimberly
job.
knows they are onto her, so she does her best to prove she is innocent before she can even be accused. She explains the entire process of cleaning out the dialysis machines, while maintaining she does everything by the book because she fears losing her license.
But what hurts me the most is for 2 patients to accuse me of giving another patient's medication that was not ordered. And that just.
I would also love to know, like, what color were these patients that died? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, what was the fucking basis in this
That's
shit?
been something that's really irritated all day. I was just crying earlier, and I was like, it's my license. If I do something like that, I can't do something like that.
What did you give her any medicine?
I did give her some saline, only because she said she was cramping. Opened her saline
I thought that was
line,
my
Angie
shit.
wasn't there. So I charted that I gave her some saline line. Her pressure didn't really go down that much. And then she just said she felt kind of nauseated.
Okay. Did you work the whole day yesterday?
No, because what happened, and I'm really been upset about this, Miss Hall, she claims that I gave Miss Rome some medication. And she didn't want me to do anything to me today. And the only thing that I did was go over there and give her saline. And I know you're supposed to stay with your own 4 patients. And Angie was gone. and she was just moaning and groaning. Her blood pressure was down, so I gave her a little bit of saline and I traded it. I charted it, and she just said, Miss Call said, "What did you give to her?" And I said, "I didn't give anything to her. I gave her saline. Her blood pressure's dropping." And then it wasn't long. She had Miss Hamilton sitting right beside her. And she was like, "Did you see her give her something?" And it was very frustrating because I wanted to go back to them too and say, "What did you give? What did you see me give?" Because all I did yesterday was get my patients set up, deal with the meds. I didn't do any meds. And I guess my patients, they come here and they want to be dialyzed and they want to get out, and I don't know what's going on here. And it's just scary. And if I'm doing something wrong, I want to know that I'm doing something wrong because I don't want to kill somebody. I mean, I know it's dialysis. It happens all over the country. And I just don't understand what's going on.
This bitch has such fake fucking sympathy. Look at her knock fucking knees. She's lying out her fucking country ass fucking fuha. Whatever the fuck I just fucking said, nigga.
What do you
Whatever the
mean
fuck I just
it's
said.
dialysis? It happens all over the country.
Well, I guess maybe not all over the country, but there's, Amy told me the other day, she goes, "Girls, this is dialysis. There's so many places around here, and it goes smooth. So I wonder, what are we doing wrong?"
Kimberly explains that she wants to know why so many patients are dying. The detectives decide it's time to bring up the bleach, so they ask Kimberly how the bleach is used to clean the machines.
Can you tell us anything about the bleaching procedures?
Bleaching
Y'all have a-
procedures. We are supposed to, after we get our, well, some people do it before. You get your, there's two things in bleach back there, and it's either before or after. But you have to get your bleach bowl, and you have to get like a little medicine cup. And you gotta go all the way back there, and you gotta get that. And you pour it in your bowl.
Okay. Would there be a cause or a reason or necessity or anything like that for anyone to use a syringe to draw bleach up into?
Bitch, you caught.
No,
Do you use a syringe to pull your 10 cc's of bleach up?
sometimes I do when I can't find the little medicines cups.
Mhm.
They used to be in that top drawer. There weren't any in there. So I knew 10 C's would make that. But I did it at the back. I did it at the back where there was blood. Because we weren't supposed to do it up here. And you just get a little 2 ml cup. You fill it with bleach, and then you put 1/1000 bleach in there, and then you put your clean lamps in there.
When you use a syringe to draw up the bleach before you make your mixture up, what happens to that syringe?
If you use a syringe, they actually have little cups to monitor them. There wasn't any cups up there that day. But if you use a syringe, 10 cc's, then you're gonna have to, put it in the receptacle.
Bitch is
And
voting.
did you do that yesterday at all? Did you draw any bleach up in a syringe?
I drew, I had 2 that I went back there for.
You used a syringe to put the bleach in there?
She folding. She don't
your
know
water.
shit.
With my water?
Yeah.
You mean on the clean bleach?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't have those 2 mLs.
Mhm.
So I went to the back and I got a 10 cc syringe because I couldn't find any more of those little yellow things. And I pulled up my 10 cc syringe and I dumped it out. And I discarded the 10 cc syringe because we were out of those little cuppy things.
Mm-hmm.
How many times, how many different syringes did you use? Did you use one for both solutions, or, you know what I'm saying? Did you draw your bleach up, put it in the solution, draw more bleach up in the same syringe, and put it in the other, in your clamp clean cup?
No, I had two.
Were you near any patients when all this happened?
They were on the machines.
Did you ever go over to any patients with any syringes in your hands?
No.
While you were adjusting the saline over their seat, you know, just checking on them or anything like that, did you ever have any syringes in your hand or?
No, because I wasn't doing meds that day.
We're all trying to figure out, you know, why there's been this sudden spike in events, you know, over the past month or so. Do you have any theories or any ideas what's causing all this?
Well, I know I'm new. I've only been here 8 months. But I just wonder about the blood pressures, you know, when they come in and they're really high. I get so scared they're gonna stroke out. It's just scary. I didn't know dialysis was gonna be like this.
Fuck you, bitch.
You know, the first few weeks, it seemed to go okay. You might have a bleeder or two, but
See, like this case, like obviously I've reacted to a lot of videos where niggas do some bullshit, but this is kind of fucking different. Like this one got me fucking pissed off on a different level, bro. Because it's just like I said early in the video, what is telling you to fucking put bleach in niggas shit knowingly? Like there's no benefit. You get no benefit from killing these niggas, bro. You get no benefit. You're obviously gonna get caught because 19 niggas died in your shit. And now she's trying to act like, oh, I don't know what to say. Oh, I'm just making shit up. Oh, why the fuck did you kill them, bitch? You're just making shit up for no. You're making shit up for no reason. You're killing people and making shit up for no reason. Like, part of me just wants this nigga right here to slap the shit out of her. But we gonna see. I want to see what happens to her though.
every day, it's just, and I keep going over and over in my head, my books, and trying to figure out what have I done wrong.
Of the 5 patients who had died over the previous month, prosecution was able to prove that Kimberly had direct contact with all of them. They also showed the jury that Kimberly had Googled bleach poisoning and whether or not bleach could be detected in dialysis lines. This evidence, along with the co-worker's testimony stating that Kimberly hated her job and was very aggressive towards her patients, was enough for the jury to convict her of 5 counts of murder. Kimberly was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
You've never given an interview, you didn't testify in your trial. People who know about your case will have ever heard you speak, really. Why are you doing this?
There's just a lot of things that was never said, and I believe it's time to speak out. I found myself working at a dialysis clinic that was more about money than they were about the lives of their patients.
White woman tears. White bitches tears. The #1 weapon on this fucking earth. White bitch tears.
I was falsely accused of something, and that's why I'm here today. I know that I didn't do anything that would have done anything to harm another patient.
This wasn't going on before you got there, and it hasn't gone on since you left. I mean, the chances of one patient dying of cardiac arrest, about 7 in 100,000, but the odds of 2 patients dying that close to each other was described as astronomical.
Well, and I would probably agree if I knew the statistics.
But why do you think it was all happening once you joined?
Well, no, I never put 2 and 2 together like that.
Bitch, you're a
You came up
dumb
in court
fucking
that you
white
told
hoe.
staff you didn't
You're
like the
bitch, you're a dumb white hoe. Fuck
patients
you. I
which
don't
you
care.
had been charged with helping.
That's silly. I would never say something like that.
But why would these 2 patients invent the fact they'd seen you?
Well, first of all, neither one of them could see. I did draw it up, but I was making it for a cleaning solution.
Right.
I wasn't making it to go kill somebody.
But they're all lying, all these people.
Yes.
But why would you be asking, can bleach be detected in dialysis lines?
I've always thought it was the water system. I do know that the water treatment system, how it wasn't cleaning all the chlorine out of the lines.
It's either the water, which nobody believes apart from you and a few people, or it's you, only person that could possibly have been, because you were the only one around these machines in every single case, was you.
That's not true.
And the common theme of all of it, in the end, is you.
I'm glad these
Why
niggas
did
are
you
just
do
making
it?
her look dumb.
I didn't. And why would I? I had nothing against any of those people.
Sometimes the easier thing is just to admit it. That's the path to atonement. And maybe you're in denial to yourself. You and I know you did this.
No, I did not. That don't even make sense.
It does make sense.
I really thought you were going to help me.
Help you what?
Help me to get the truth out. Thanks a lot.
Bitch,
I
fuck
think
your
we did get
fat
the truth
ass.
out.
I guess he
You
got in
funky
your
fat
pockets too.
asshole.
I just think you're guilty. I'm sorry.
Okay. Guilty for killing people for no reason. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep,
It doesn't make
yep,
any sense.
Yes.
Some investigators
sir.
believe that Kimberly killed over 15 patients during her time at the dialysis center. However, this isn't the first medical facility she has worked for. Kimberly had been fired by previous employers, who stated in her termination letters that she was not to be rehired under any circumstances.
I'm so confused. So, if she's not to be rehired for any circumstances, why the fuck did the hospital that fucking hired her hire her knowing that you have to do a background check? So obviously that whole hospital system sounds corrupt. Fuck this ugly ass bitch with her drawn on eyebrows, with them stupid ass tears, making up shit, killing niggas for no reason. Why would I kill people for no reason? That's what everybody's trying to figure out. But we do have some evil people in the world. I hope this bitch gets her head stomped in by a fucking rhinoceros. But hope y'all niggas enjoyed the video. I'm about to go re-up, and then I'm about to go to my job interview in like an hour or two. So I'll see y'all niggas later. But I hope y'all enjoyed the vid. Honestly, by the time this is posted, I'm probably gonna already be done with my job interview. But y'all niggas won't know that. But hope y'all enjoyed the vid. Y'all have a nice Thursday. Mad yeses.